And also, next the page, first paragraph, it says like this, goes like this. Does not all their wealth, comfort, and happiness depend on you? In fact, however, after your death, they will feel nothing but relief at having managed to get rid of your corpse by cremating it, throwing it into a river, or burning it in the cemeteries. This is absolutely telling the truth. And it's like a make joke, okay? Yesterday I watched one film, and one is like a couple, and the husband, they need to go to the army, and the wife says, please don't go. If I lose you, what can I do? And then he says, don't worry, I need to go. But if even I'm died in the battle, you are no problem. You are beautiful, you are young. You will get another husband. And she is very angry. And why you say like this? And he says, don't worry, I will come back. And then, of course, first time she's extreme suffering. And then he went in the army. And then it's one day, and 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. And then in the middle something, and the kind of unclear received, like saying her husband died. And then, of course, 1 year, 2 years, it's difficult to waiting. But there's one neighborhood, there's one handsome guy. He's every day is coming to talk. You are okay. Maybe do you need massage? And sometimes they wash something, and he said, oh, your hand is he wash. And then after, of course, there's involvement. And then it's like, she says, I need to wait in my husband. But he says, don't worry, this. Hey, come back. But then she received that, of course, then it's completely forgot it. She married this guy, everything. And then it's this feeling of the like sorrow or more missing things, completely forgot. But one day, he also himself, he heard that. And he's not died. When he come back, he's not going to see her. And then it's many years after, he couldn't to marry the others, but come back to knocking the door. And then it's like she opened. I'm come back. Are you waiting for me? And she says, what can I do? How many years I'm waiting now? And I mean, it's just like even the children's relatives. Sometimes we say, oh, if I'm died, there's a big kind of 100% without me, and they are going to suffering. But actually, exactly same in this description. Even sometimes when our parents, when they died, okay, first a little bit, and then the second, third, quickly to finish it. And then they say, oh, yeah, good, why not? My parents died, there's left thing, potions. And they have money and things, they're coming to me, okay? And the person is not thinking about the things. And in Tibet we have idioms. One, like a boy says, if my father not dies, good. I can enjoy, I can sleep under his sleep bag, and I can call dad and everything. If he's died, no problem. I have his horse, gun, house, everything. And that means it's like, if he dies, die. If he's not die. It's like this. And in this perspective, like, of course, we sometimes concern all the time with others, but actually we need to a little bit to prepare our own individual. It is very important. And also when you died, you have no choice but to wander all alone in the intermediate state without a single companionship. That's the truth. Look, when we are asleep, when we going to sleep, when we be in the dream world, maybe we want to carry into the dream world some companion, family, friend. And exactly like this, when we are like kind of big separations, and after that we are separated body consciousness, and maybe it's like there says we are going through such darkness, narrow path. Front there is, we don't know, we have any ideas what is coming up. And behind there is a kind of something's pushed to us. It's like same right now. It is like going on, difficult to rest. Where we can to stop to rest, which kind of stop place. And in this perspective, there's something we wish to have companions, but only your own knowledge, your own realization, your own state mind, your own awakened your mind or awakened mind. Only that time is, maybe also it's like some families, they are great. They are really concerned to you. But what they can do, and it's like how they need to keep our cup when we died. Not necessary. Maybe, of course, some is like affectionate friends, families. It's like really they too much love to us. They try to keep, look, even in our westerns, in the cemeteries, they make that there is like kind of the cup put on name. Every like a month, go to there, give flower, and say something. Maybe there is, maybe not there is. I make a joke. In Japan, there's one guy, he fell into the big hole, enormous hole, and the mother is like so much suffering, and she almost a week go to in this hole, and calling to her son, and waiting there is can you come out? Of course, he's already dead, and some students, some special machines they took out. She knows but her feelings, he's there. And then all the time, but looks like very dangerous, because too strong suffering, too strong, maybe one day she wants to jump in there. But then it's a make joke. She asked to me, could you pray to my son? We went to there. Of course, this is a completely liar, okay? I can't see nothing. But I said, look at this hole. Your son's not there anymore. It's gone. Why you are coming to here? Useless. This cave is not your son. There's nothing your son. Oh, really? Oh, yes. After never ever she's going to there. And like this, we don't know really when you go to in the cemetery, in the token to maybe this person's there, but from my perspective, this person wouldn't be there. Better to not be there, to reborn quickly, to maybe some another life. Them to be in the cemetery is maybe very horrible. And but it's like this is our like showing the love. kindness. And when we lost our families, we often do like this. This is, of course, it is important. But it's for our perspective to do like this, what we need to do for the love for something lost, virtue, compassion, kindness, positive. That is the most helpful. And for ourselves also, maybe it's like concerning our families now. Yes, my family, my children, my belonging, my everything. When you be together to taking care to them by the compassion, kindness, never kind of the cheating, never kind of the hurting, as much as you can to show that to the kindness, protect to them. And also it's like, if I'm died, and it's like, then it's there or something, don't worry, nothing. Also same times, taking care of family, but same times we need also our preparation. And for example, when we are making the delicious food to my families, and I'm often to say, it's make funny, okay, in this lady, I met many, many years ago, once we was in there, one day she says, Rinpoche, every day I'm going to in the shop to buy some food myself, I'm a little bit boring. If I make some food to others, nice, she said, Amanda. And I never forgot it. Often I'm saying like that. Now maybe she is very happy. She has a wonderful family, looks like marvelous. I'm very happy. And of course, it's like to taking care is to others wonderful. That's at the same time is a little bit to preparation. What I may say is, when you make a food to your family, to the others, also sometimes also you need your thing. You give to food others, you don't eat, you will to die. And in this perspective, you also to preparing, helping, and to give together. But also sometimes there is need to concern you, and to the kind of the preparations. We taking care of family. At the same time, also we need to taking care. For example, if you can take care to practice Dharma, to develop the compassion, and really to study, to have knowledge. If one family is become the enlightenment, how it is the benefit, not only your families, our families, to families of all the sentient beings. For example, Buddha, he stay in the palace just to make it happy, temporarily, just a little bit happy to his father and his wife and his mother. Maybe during the 6 years, we don't know how much he can to make happy. They don't need nothing almost, just need to be there, Maybe every day hug, kiss, make sex, and with wife. And the father go to proudly, I'm your son, and showing something stink, what it is. And he left from that. It's in the family, no problem. And he did something 6 years. After this benefit is not this such families. How many families in this world, how many kind of the millions follow to him? And also how many in the followers to be same as his level? And also we can to look at it doesn't matter India guy. We don't concern his Europe or Tibetan, don't think. Wonderful guy, this India guy. Once I was in the Delhi airport, and one India very smart guy came. Why are you wearing this strange cloth? And he's pulling to me. And I'm says like, I'm try to follow your guys. That means it's India guy. He's look at me. That means it's like all the Indias like same as Buddha, superiors. But everybody is maybe not. But anyway, and this fantastic guy is appear in this world. When we really to approach, from my perspective, his path is fully the development of the compassion and the concern equally, impartially to all the sentient beings. And also he created the most democratic systems. And also it's like his like wisdom aspect. His teaching is the extraordinary. We have a little bit left, in the Sanskrit, in Tibetan's language perspective, but we lost most of them. There's 108 volumes. Who can to teach like this? These wisdoms and this omniscience, it's marvelous. Holiness often to say ancient, like kind of the knowledge, philosophy of the India. And therefore we call that one persons to make the noble land, called the noble land. The Buddha's not there. I don't know India's noble land. In Tibet we call the noble lands because of the Buddha, one person. And also it's like compassionate. Once I was watching the films. There's one, I don't know, he's England or American, and he's like very compassionate. He bought many prisoners. In, I think it's Poland, there's called the concentrate, how do you say? Camping. Yes, and from that, he was very rich, and he went to there, he said, I need to worker. Can I pay to buy? He bought 2,000 people. And he bring it to the office and says, people say, what we need to work? Don't worry, sit there. And then finally words that finish it. And then there's, now you are free. That is my expecting. Searching your farms, everybody's coming out so much happy. Someone's, take out a little bit gold in the teeth. Everybody's collect. They create one ring offered to him. And also he's crying, saying it's like, I didn't sell my car. I didn't sell my belonging. If I'm sell, I can to save more people. If you like this, it's like naturally automatic tears coming. This kind of compassionate, this kind of wisdom is really saving how much families, not one, not two, not three, not only one family. It's the families too. And therefore, it is like you preparing and yourself for the impermanent to be realized at your own Buddha nature, how much it is the benefit. Therefore, it's like now, it is very, very important to prepare this kind of benefit, and also, of course, not only yours, it's the other sentient beings. And when we be in the alone, after in the intermediate state Bardo, we didn't prepare nothing at all. And like same as we are right now, and we don't prepare yesterday. Today is like same as yesterday, very little confusion. It's a similarity day, similarity food, similarity drink, similarity body, but of course not same. We are more ordered than the yesterday. We have more kind of the different atmosphere. And then today we don't prepare. It's tomorrow exactly like this. Every day existence like this. And then it's like after we lost in this situation, then we go to intermediate step Pardo. And then after Pardo of the coming, we are searching for next rebirth. And next rebirth, we don't know, it is that depends our positive money. And next destination, next hotel. Generally speaking, I don't believe the evolution. Evolution is like as first some animal, then it's become monkey, then it's become the human being. This evolution, I'm argue. But in the Buddhist, in the philosophical, according to Buddha's teaching, after that we died, we have evolution. Very much. And we are like humans, probably become the horse. Dog, cats, birds, insect. Insect, horse, dogs all died after its evolution, become the human. There is no certainty. There's kind of according the tendencies, which kind of we can to get the how to say is that the next body is very difficult to say. And therefore, it's the next time is what we kind of situation we don't know. And therefore, a little bit whenever we have the time, when we have space, opportunities, to it's like how do you say so? To do some as much as to abandon negative things, as much as we can to practice the positive things. And also, I want to say it's the need to learn. And also, it's like a positive and the negative things. You know, when we call the negative, maybe it is not negative. We need to learn. You call the positive, maybe it is not positive. Maybe it is the negative. And in this perspective, also we need to learn what is the really negative, what is the really positive. For example, in the Buddhist perspective, according to Buddha's teachings, and there is any activities to hurting, harming, like disturb to the other sentient beings, included yourself, that is the non-virtuous, that is the negative. If you is like a kind of any kind of doing something benefit to yourself and to others, particularly in the relatively or the absolutely, that is the positive. Then this we need to discriminating wisdoms to make the distinguish what is right into the wrong side. And kind of I was in Nepal, and I went to the pilgrimage in the Vajrayogini's place. I was alone, and I'm going there. And then in the middle, there's one Hindu guy, Nepal guy came, and he's carrying one chicken. And he's carrying like this in the windows. But then is a middle, and we are rest together, and he speak English. Of course, my English, but other. Then I say this, where are you going? He said, I'm also going to pilgrimage. And then I say this, what are you doing this chicken? And this chicken is he need to go offering to, you know. In the Vajra Nepalese, there's a Buddhist and there is a Hindu. It's like kind of similarity. And then this chicken is he carrying like this. In the wind, is nearest is blooding. But it's like nothing. Then we go to there, and there is one stone, and there says this is something is a Hindu, some spirit, and he cut and a half, and then the blood is the offering to the God. And then it's for his perspective, that is virtue. That is like kind of the doing the accumulation. Maybe if you ask to say, maybe I can to give you 100, 200 euros, then this person become very angry and says, I'm doing my positive things. Why you say like this? And then I thought, what is the positive? I need to study. And my perspective is, this is really positive. And, you know, it is like this animal one is animal is such sufferings. One is a saying offerings. Even you offering to this, someone's like a spirit or like some deities to accept that. I don't know really. It's the same as we are eating meat. Of course, it's like, but better to learn, to study our own responsibility. What is the really virtue? What is the really non-virtuous like this? One is I was in Malaysia. There's in the Penang, there is this side is Muslim, this side is Buddhist. They are mixed. They are very harmonious. They are not never. I think. And then is one day it's like there's Muslims. They are like kind of some ritual doing, and then they catch one. They bought cow and to a little tidy up. Then they put some hole everywhere. And then the blood is coming out. I mean, of course, we cannot to say bad. It's kind of their own. Then I make joke, there's other part is maybe it's Buddhist temple, Chinese temple. Some says like, maybe you can to buy this cow. Oh, no. You cannot to say. It's truth. Because they doing ceremony. They do like this. If you go to their Kenya bad, maybe then it's make a big problems. And in this case, in the universal, in our societies, there's so many different religious, so many people talking about virtue, enlightenment, blah, blah, blah. But Everybody is talking compassion. This is, in the someone says, without compassion, it's the empty of this religious world. But this compassion is impartial or partial. And also virtues is very much we need to care. And it's like, what is the virtue, what is the non-virtues? Therefore, Buddha, he said, take example. And you hurting to other sentient beings, it is like kind of the non-virtues. That is a little bit kind of the, anyway, virtue, non-virtue, we forgot. But it's to disturb to the others, making problems. It's, anyway, it is a negative. It is same as ourselves. If someone saying to us, I want to make virtues, according that I want to kill you. I need your blood and I need your like flesh. We are a little bit sad, It is very funny. Maybe we become hesitated. And in this perspective, what is the really virtue, what is the really non-virtue, is like to very kind of the carefully to check, and our own self is very important. And at the time, your only refuge will to the Dharma. So tell yourself again and again that from now on you must make the effort to accomplish at the least one practice of genuine Dharma. And maybe it's like in your life to develop only the compassions. This time I was in New York, and I met 2 days very beautiful 2 American girls. One 2 lady is like a little bit more older than me. They are very kind, very senior Buddhist, but it's a very gossip talker. And they brought me in the New York, in the city. And we went all day, and then we went in the restaurant, and we ate. One lady is a very tough lady, never married. She is very direct. And she said, I'm not eating meat. And, oh, good. And you are eating meat? Yes, I'm very bad, Lama, I'm eating meat. Yeah, she says. Then she says, I'm follow the Buddha's path. He's a great, compassionate, concern in sentient beings. I cannot to keep whatever he give like a moral discipline, but maybe only one. I can contribute, don't eat meat. I thought it's so a direct into my mind. Fantastic. She's just one part of that is to try to keep. I say it's my name's called something Lama or name. It's useless, And this kind of concerning is really superior. And I say, thank you. You are so great. Really is great. And this is kind of wonderful. And sometimes this, it's small things. One person to say is I never take baths. Why? Because it's maybe in our world, water has big problems. And maybe it can contribute, I can do this to save the water. Maybe one person to take bath in this water, maybe it's nothing making it different in word, but concerning something is the benefit. It is a wonderful ideas. And therefore, maybe our own self is single Dharma until we died. Maybe to be kind, maybe as much as to develop the compassion and to show to the others kindness, compassion, tolerant, to stop any kind of hurting to the others. That is also something, it's one person is died. I went to there and to say, now I'm going to die. And in my life, I'm happy things, I'm a coward, but I never ever disturbed any person. That make me, I'm very happy. And of course, it's perfectly to practice Dharma. I have faith, devotion. I will pray to next my life to practice Dharma. But one is I have kind of evidence, proof, make happy me. I never disturb, I never kind of did something bad things to the others. I was very much surprised. It's wonderful. This kind of noble, good persons, even thinking like this. And also make you, I met one guy. He was a monk, and he's a very ugly guy. And then he became lay person, and he tried to one lady, and the lady was very angry. Stupid guy, why you approach to me? So, why not? And finally, of course, it's like there something happened. He became her husband, but he's like looks like very stupid, and he's just taking care animal children. It's going like this, not much business. And then it's like I met. He's maybe 70 years old. His children's already grew up. Once we are traveling together with a horse, and then he telling me a lot Dharma. He was in the university, and talking about this kind of human existing impermanent. And I was wonderful. And then he says, in my life, I have one very much regrets. I don't care I'm married or not, but once there's one village guy, he's killing one wild cat. These wild cats in the short tail is a very, very expensive before, not now, the skins. And this guy is killing, and he's like kind of someone say, go with him, maybe when he killed, maybe you can receive half. And he supported a little. Then he said, this is like, oh, my life is a regret. I mean, often it's like dedicated. This kind of person's concern how much, then it's really noble. This is practitioner. This is Bodhisattva. Like this, maybe in our life, one single Dharma series, which kind of, maybe it's like, I don't want to kill, take vows. Maybe I don't want to stealing. Maybe I don't want to sexual misconduct. Maybe I don't want to give harsh word. Maybe I don't want to like kind of to talking gossip to the others' faults. Maybe it's better to talk our own secret defects. And I want to have any envious to the others' belongings. Maybe I don't want to have something is wrong views to the others. There is like 10 positive things, maybe single positive things to keep and to accomplish. It is wonderful, this kind of, and it is very necessary. Do you wake up me? Do you have some questions? I'm a little bit sleeping. Yes?
Oui, Rinpoche là. À un moment donné, tu as parlé d'une sorte de gradation, si j'ai bien compris, dans l'enseignement. Tu as parlé des 4 rappels pour détourner l'esprit, puis l'initiation, puis la transmission, puis les instructions cruciales, mais ça allait assez vite et je ne suis pas sûr d'avoir bien suivi en fait déjà l'ordre. Et si j'ai bien compris qu'en fait c'était une gradation dans l'enseignement.
You talked about the 4 reminders, and then empowerment, transmission, pith instruction. And I'm not sure, because you said that very fast, is it a progressive path? And is this order correct, like I just said?
Mm-hmm. This is a little bit way of like this. We need to follow up the Dharma. And the 4 reminder is the preparation and foundation of the Dharma. And these 4 reminders to give you are the inspired to want to receive the teaching of the Dharma. And 4 reminders to make you in order to understand what you need to do in this life, why you need to practice Dharma. And then it's according, like after that you study 4 reminders, then you want to enter or receive the teachings. And then it's like particularly it's like Vajrayana's perspective. And then it's the first is empowerment, reading transmission, and pith instructions. But generally in the sutta perspective, then maybe you need to more to deep meditations and to more to study like a kind of Sheni Lantong, and more like kind of developing the, maybe in the Mahayana's perspective, to develop the compassion. What is the aspiration compassion? What is the application compassion? According to the application compassions, to really, to seriously to receive the teachings and to practice six transcendent, and then to learn how to reach in the different paths and bhumis. Something like this.
It's about, Rinpoche, I have a question about what we should do or not do for relatives and friends before we die, in terms of preparation. So, most important is to prepare our mind to death, but don't we have material things to prepare about, because we have a lot of possessions that we will leave, and then should we take care of that also?
Yeah, this is also true. Good questions. Material things is, it's like without materials, also it's like difficult. I would to say is when we live in these societies, maybe it's also we need to think until we die for the food, clothes, and just enough. But sometimes a little bit to tidy up and to prepare, It is like maybe it's non-necessary things to a little bit divide to the support to the families, and to make in the sense kind of generosities, and to a little bit like this. Even after when something happened, and it's how do you say? Maybe it's okay, but maybe something your belonging things, and also it's like a kind of you have clearly prepared, and then it's maybe for mind is more happy, for families is more happy, but we don't think about the impermanent, and also it's like in this life necessary things. Of course they're like this, but no necessary things like as me. And sometimes in my apartment, it's almost no necessary things all the time keep. Then finally, it's like full. And this perspective is like to, to prepare. And also it's like something is like have the determined mind. If I'm certainly right, now, something is I have to, but whoever to take. I haven't got any ideas, any like kind of the wish to have something, disattachment, and like this. This is like kind of preparation. And also it's like we need a job, we need to earn money, we need to prepare. This is obvious. Of course, it's like I'm often to say our students, I'm all the time say, someone has a renunciation, someone say, I want to practice pay Dharma. Say, yes, to whatever you have earned money, you immediately to spend, and then after you go to retreat early, before preparation, go to study. But it's, when you come back, then his mind is become same as before, not very good. In this case, it is to prepare the life to arrange, and something everything, and then with that to study whenever you have chance. I mean, some more things. When I go to different countries, someone says like I'm difficult to study Dharma. Whenever some lamas coming, whenever give Dharma teaching some place, go to listen. Doesn't matter, holiness or not holiness, big or small, just to get the information of the Dharma. Whenever you have the chance to listen to the Dharma, go to there. No necessary immediately follow, but it's to get a little bit information, and then every day a little bit to thinking about the impermanent, which is a positive. You know, for example, some retreaters, someone's monks, nuns go to the retreat. They have really trained their mind. They're really fully dedicated to the Dharma. And they are like kind of, during the sessions or not sessions, they all the time, even when they make fires, you know, when they make a fire, like, drink like it tastes like this. Oh, yes, that's it. Because inside their mind is like kind of hurry up. It's wanted. And you understand really impermanent. There's all the times you want to do something. Even you at home, you clean your house. Yes, you are cleaning the manipima, generate bodhicitta, recite the mantra, praise, may sentient beings to be happy, to free sufferings. When you take in the shower, particularly when you take a shower, maybe I'm purified all the sentient beings, negative things. I'm clean all the sentient beings like kind of obscurations. And you have this is compassion. This is like kind of, all the times we are like, when we clean, it's like a house, it's a thinking beer, love story, and guitar, music, some entertainment, then ordinary, then nothing preparation. But each moment like this, concern like this, then it's a preparation, but you are normal life, normal be with family together. There is a preparation like this. It's very wonderful to do material things. Okay? Yes. Do you have questions? Yes.
Good morning. En français, vous dites que vous ne croyez pas à la théorie de l'évolution des espèces. Est-ce que il est possible que vous vous trompiez?
So you say that you do not believe in evolution theory. Is it possible that you are wrong?
Maybe. All the time I'm wrong. I'm still arguing. You know the Matthew, our student. There is. We sometimes argue a lot. He's great science and why you don't accept? Evolution is I make a joke, it's a different shape, different, maybe beginning we are like using the 4 legs. Maybe beginning we have a tail. Maybe beginning we have a long mouth. But it is a human quality, human capacity, and different than the other animals. And this food, climates, and weathers, yes, it's like someone black, someone's white, brown, someone's hairy, no hair, and longer nose. This is kind of, the shape is different, but it is a human capacity. Like this is like a animal, and element is coming to like this, produced these capacities. For example, right now, like a similarity of our branches, chimpanzee, some is other like monkeys. Anyway, we do like officially and like specifically we can do taking care to them. We can give education, we can do whatever we want, but never ever become the human. Never, we can't. We have this imagine in the past where looks like chimpanzee. Maybe it's possible that I accept, okay? This is something long and very hairy, and it's something, it's a very strange body. Evolution is I accept the mental, and there's some capacity, is humans as a human. this body or this cell is this DNA, and one is the created the primary ooze. This primary ooze, when is become the human capacity, is a human capacity. After you cannot to change. And this like continuations. But it's like not like kind of the mind. Mind is, it is like indivisible. Mind is like not is like this kind of element. Mind is to get the body verb. It's like this is such the tendencies. According to these tendencies, also we have so many shape body. In the Buddhist philosophical perspective, you know, when we look at the sentient beings, someone's going like this, someone's going like this, someone's going like this. Someone has 1,000 legs, someone has 4 legs, someone's 6, someone's 2. And someone has tail, someone's not. This kind of so many different type of the sentient beings. Who created? Nobody's we don't accept. Only the each individual tendencies, minds, according to these tendencies, this kind of happened. And then it's like this, and this one is like kind of barley, okay? Barley is like this DNA, all the time barley. How we can to change rice? Maybe these days science, they like kind of the argue. Okay, I took the essential like kind of the, I don't know, nuclear or the like something, barley and rice seed, something is mixed. I can to create something. But you create, this is not barley, this is not rice. You create another thing. It's possible. And cat and the like a tiger and lion put together. It looks like tiger and looks like lion. But this is different. All region is like this. But you have the capacity. What your human is DNA. Human is like a human system or human nature is the humans. Therefore, I'm saying it's like a capacity is never change, evolution. Maybe I'm false. And other questions?
Is there, if we speak just about our world, were the human capacity always present from the moment this universe was created? Or did it appear at a certain point?
What do you mean is the human capacities? One is that the mind is to got the human, this cell or this body, okay? Mm-hmm. Then it's a human capacity.
So in this world, the human capacity was always in the human body that looks a little bit like this one? Or in this world,
yes,
the human body, it changed shape?
Yes, possible.
Mm-hmm. Possible, but you don't know.
Someone has a nose, it's like this, looks like elephant. Mm-hmm. But
So,
a human.
mm-hmm. So this human capacity, it is in this world since a very long time.
And the capacity, this body is the human body, human capacity.
Mm.
No human body, no. Then it's which one is? What do you think?
But what is the human body?
This one.
This one?
Yes.
Okay. But this one, it doesn't have a very long nose.
This one is not a longer nose.
No.
Longer nose.
No, this
yes,
one has
someone
short
has
nose.
very big. Someone has very short, someone's very big, someone is very thin, someone has different, we have shape, color, different, but it's a human being.
I will think more about that.
And what? Say.
Yeah, I'm just wondering because in the science now,
Yes.
they explain that the humans, they have a common grandmother with chimpanzee. Okay.
Common grandmother.
Yes.
Who is?
I don't know her name.
Is a ghost of the rock. Yes.
Maybe it was like Tibetans say. There was ogress
Then which one you need to, which
and
one
big
you need to
chimpanzee.
believe?
I think this is compatible. Tibetan and scientific now is compatible.
Which one you believe?
They say the same. It's just kind of grand.
Then
There is the monkey and the ogress, and they kind of they created the humans.
Then they said it's a common, like our grandmother is come from Tibet or come from India or come from Africa.
From Africa.
Then Tibetan people's not come from there. It's grandmothers come from the rock.
Are you sure?
Are you sure it's come from Africa?
Yes. I mean, I am not sure, but this is what the
But
biology says.
if you say it's sure, then why not? I can't say sure it's come from the rock.
Okay, then we don't have the same grandmother. But
then we have two grandmother.
already.
Not a common grandmother one.
No, but so they say that this grandmother, maybe she had a relationship with one type of guy and she made chimpanzee on one side. Another guy, she made humans, first humans, which looked different.
Where is this human guy? Where is come from?
Yeah, that's the question. So the grandmother was not
That is also a
human.
question, Grandmother is who produced? Grandmother has father?
Yeah, grandmother, father was a different, was not human.
This grandfather, the grandmother's father, mother, also human. The
Not
grandfather and mother. Without
No, I'm not following anymore. Non, on va pas s'en sortir, tu crois?
legends and grandmother, you appeared there. Your boyfriend's coming here.
No, but then short. So
Godly. Okay.
at some point, this question, I don't think it's very important, but still.
Okay.
Is it like this, that at some point the human capacity appeared in this world? And that before that point it was not?
If you say it's like, it comes from the primary ooze in the science.
Mm-hmm. But what do you mean by primary ooze?
Primary ooze means when you see it in the sea, some looks like a coral, some is a plant, the mushrooms, and produces something egg, or like kind of this very strange. Some in the point coming out is become the transformed fish. Probably is this kind of, it's like happens, I have doubt. I need to analyze. Falling down, it is a very much relative way. It is some things. Maybe yes, but maybe it is the Mr. Bean, Well, there is one human being, it's flat, and he wake up doing, where is my partner? Maybe, probably. I think it's and also it's this is maybe I'm wrong. It's okay. And okay, maybe to stop 5 minutes. Sorry. Mr. Bean.